Welcome. Today I'll show you how to use AI tools like Chatgpt, Copilot, and Gemini to create flyers. Now, so let us go to nowadays it is so easy to create flyers, unlike earlier where you had to plan a day maybe to use like to create a flyer because you are required to use, you see, previously you are required to go to Canva and start making flyers, whereby you could use a lot of time, you could like waste time there making flyers, which and many a times those flyers they were not that perfect because maybe you had to pay extra, like to use Canva for. But nowadays it is easier. You can just make a flyer while in a matatu, in a bus, in a toilet, anywhere while sleeping, in a bed. Like you don't need even a laptop to make a flyer. You just use your phone, you type. Like you go, maybe today, let me start with Copilot. As you can see here, I was using Copilot to make a flyer. So in Copilot, so as you can see here, using Copilot. So I want us to compare Copilot, ChatGPT, and Gemini. So we'll be covering only those three. And next time maybe we'll use other AI tools and compare and see which one is best at what point when you want what, which when you want to create a flyer, uh, maybe different flyers. So you see, so maybe ChatGPT is better in this. Maybe you want to create a proposal. Not only flyers, but you can use these AI tools in making proposal, making images, and also you can use these tools to generate ideas, writing assignments, answering questions. Yeah, like for instance, I usually use that is notebook LLM to make questions and create a map work in that order. So today, let us dive into Copilot and see how it makes a flyer. So as you can see here, I was creating a flyer and you can see I have created an invitation card. So that is what I prompted to do. So you see, when I prompted to do that, it did not make a flyer. It suggested. So you want a wedding flyer, a birthday, a graduation. So that means I did not feed it with enough information, and that is the mistake that people do. They feed it with half information, ama not complete, incomplete information, or which incomplete information will not give you a good flyer, ama the best, that is what you want, the best version of what you want. So as you can see, so I added some information, create an invitation card for IYF 310 Academy Secondary Reunion Ceremony, venue, give it a venue like that. So you can see this is a flyer that it generated. So prompting it to create a flyer, it created this flyer and giving it some information now. And you can see here the information that I now prompted it to have. It is a graduation ceremony and also the venue. So then I went on. So I went on and said I want a print version of the flyer. Not necessarily, yes, I may as well print this flyer here. That is, first of all, we convert the flyer to a PDF. After doing so, then you can print the flyer, of course, adjusting the printer settings. So, but for me, I just wanted a simple flyer which I not use like so just a simple flyer which I can just print anywhere. Now I added also some information, inquiries like that. So I also added for the invitation card, add this partnership at the bottom of this flyer. So I uploaded a flyer here, then I prompted it. So, so I prompted it to do this because this flyer that I uploaded here has those partnership at the bottom. So you can see it added those partnership at the bottom and also inquiry. So I went ahead and said make it a bit colorful, just a bit colorful, and you can see what it gave me. Then I went on and said make it colorful. Now not just a bit colorful, but colorful. So this is what it gave me. But I saw this color is a bit brighter. It's kind of not professional, this flyer. So because of that, uh, then I added the inquiries section of that. So, but it was not that professional as I wanted it to. So you can see the that is the flyer under Copilot, the flyer under Copilot. Now let us see the same flyer which I made with ChatGPT. So I prompted, just came here to Copilot, and copy pasted this information here, this one here. So you can see there is a copy message here. So it usually copy this prompt. So I copied that prompt, I fed it into my ChatGPT, as you can see. Then in my ChatGPT, this is the info, this is the flyer that it made. And you can see, wow, this flyer is a bit colorful. At the same time, it looks very professional and a good card, an invitation card. So you can see IYF invites you to the IYF Philippine Academy Citizenship Graduation Ceremony, like that, like that. So you can see also it added some good information here. Join us as we celebrate the achievements, dedication, and success of our amazing graduates. Together we learn, together we can. So you can see how it arranged this information here. So then again, I did the same. These copy this prompt and pasted it in my my Gemini, and you can see the output in Gemini. So you can see Gemini made it into this form. So you can see immediately Gemini added some information that I had not added, that is date and time. Because Gemini, on the other hand, it has a good Google memory. It has Google memory. So that means whatever you had maybe previously added, done it with Gemini, it has that information. It has that information, and it automatically adds. It automatically adds. So sometimes you'll see you create an image in Gemini and it adds your logo, maybe a logo of the company directly because it has that information. So it assigns this Google information, and you can see this is the image that I created with Gemini. Then, then I went ahead in ChatGPT now adding the time because I saw in Gemini it is reminding me I don't have time. I have not added time, as you can see here. I don't have time and the date of the event. So here I do not have that time and date of the event. So Gemini reminded me, and that way I added the time and the date. And you can see ChatGPT arranged it so nicely and appealing to the eye, and at the same time professional. So, and you can see the output in ChatGPT, the output in ChatGPT, like that. So, then I went ahead in Gemini and that is added now, edited the date so it did not give the correct date because this is the date that we got from the Google sign. So I edited the date by telling it to change that date to 23rd May 2026 and time 10:01, that is PM. And you can see it did that. So you see, whenever maybe sometimes you may want to add another flyer and edit it and edit another flyer maybe. So this is how you do it. Let me go back so that you can see. So you come here. So this is Gemini. Describe your image. So first of all, I went in Gemini. I I came to images now. So when you open Gemini, let me also open even ChatGPT. That is the same thing that we do even in ChatGPT. So you can see here a new one now, a new prompt. So I want to maybe create some flyers, some things like that. So you can see here, create an image. So a flyer is an image. So you do that. Now you describe it. Create a flyer. So first of all, if you want to edit another flyer, so you come here at the plus sign, then uh, you go and search that flyer in that order. So here I have not logged it in. That is why you can see. So add flyer. So upload flyers, photos and files like that. So I come here and check where do I have a flyer that I want to edit. Maybe in gallery. So I come here in gallery. I search for my flyer. And you can see this is my flyer that I want to edit. So this flyer here that I want to edit, I come and open it. Now it will be happy. So when it is here, now I can edit. Maybe I want to in that flyer I want to add which course? Add a course like graphic and design, graphic and design in the flyer, in the flyer, in the flyer, in the flyer, under computers, under computer, and under computers, and you can see here I prompt it, it creates, so it is analyzing the image and later create the image. So that is how you, if you want to edit, you can edit it like that. If you want to make a new flyer, you just make it. So also here you can see I went to images, create an image. So you can create an image like that. So you just prompt it, create an image of this, adding information, making the, so you can see the stuff that I've been making with Gemini. So my media, so with Gemini, you can see some good stuff here. Gemini is a bit professional. That is not necessarily professional, but it is it has that Google memory, and you can see those stuff that I've been doing with ChatGPT. ChatGPT. So you can see the stuff that I've been doing with ChatGPT, and those that I've been doing with Gemini. So you can see these are images that I've been creating with ChatGPT, and like that, like that. So like that, the images here and there, making here and there, like that. So then with Copilot, but I don't usually use Copilot with creating flyers, but Copilot has its own advantage, of which we'll be discussing later in my next YouTube channel. Also, we'll see how you can create an image in ChatGPT maybe or Gemini. So because now you can create an image, then also integrate it with Leonardo AI, Leonardo AI to make multiple detailed images. Now this one has detailed images, images of past people, what and what like that. Even in ChatGPT, you can create an image of a person in this order like that, giving information a person, a white person, maybe a white person, maybe a black person like that. Then you give the information which kind of hair do you want the person to have, which clothes do you want the person to wear, like that. Even in Leonardo AI, it also goes to details. Then you take that and integrate with 11 labs. 11 labs now will make an audio of that person speaking or giving out information, advertising something like that. So in that order, so then that way you can create an AI video, a good AI video, and you love it. Also, we have many AI apps like Notebook. So there, you can also do a lot of things with that. Maybe for those in legal professions, you can create a PPT of how you carry out your things like that. Even those like the politicians. Now that we nearing campaign season, you can create that is a roadmap of the things that you'll be doing to people using notebook and a memo. It really creates a good thing, and in that order, people will want to see your projects because now it displays them in a good roadmap, and we'll see that later. So, thank you guys for watching, and let us see each other next time, where we'll be covering a lot, and a lot. And at the end of it, you'll be a pro in AI. You'll be a pro because nowadays, if you want to save time, you must use AI. You must use AI, and you'll be saving a lot of time creating good professional images, flyers, and like that, working proposals. Hey, a lot of things, man. A lot of things, man. So then next time, also we'll be try as much as possible to learn about prompt engineering because that is what is differentiating between what people are making with AIs. So a person who has a good prompt engineering skill is able to do a lot, and in a good way. So thank you. Have a nice day.